Please leave your message for...
My phone rings loud. It's Mom calling, but it goes to voicemail. Her voice is all shaky, like she's been crying, and she begs me to come back home. Meanwhile, Jake and I are zooming away in a stolen car, feeling like we're on top of the world. We're on a road trip, laughing and having a blast. The next morning, I wake up, and it's like a dream. We're in this massive forest, and for a moment, I get worried because I can't spot Jake in the car. There he is, just a little ways off, doing something important. It's a huge relief. Suddenly, my phone buzzes with Mom calling, but I decide to skip it. Jake comes back, and I can't help but ask if we're finally in Florida. To my surprise, he says no, and admits he's not quite sure how to get there. I figure, no worries, let's just find a map in the glove compartment. Guess what? Instead of a map, I find a gun. It's like, whoa! Jake says he can teach me how to use it, and I take a shot. Bang! Jake's all smiles, but suggests I try with my eyes open next time. I can't help but wonder if I look cool holding a gun. And Jake just laughs, saying he wouldn't mess with me. It's turning out to be quite an adventure. So there I am, pointing the gun right at Jake. He's practically begging me not to joke around with a loaded gun, and I'm in the mood for some fun. I tell him to kneel down, and even though he's nervous, he plays along with a forced smile. I instruct him to close his eyes and count to 10. Getting into the game, I ask him to count slower, and surprisingly, he does that too. After a bit, he opens his eyes, and I'm already on my way, running away and laughing. Jake, filled with love and amusement, chases after me. I make a dash for the shore of a nearby lake, dropping all my clothes as I go. With a joyful leap, I dive into the water, splashing around and feeling so free. After some swimming and a whole lot of fun, I realize Jake hasn't found me yet. But wait, instead of Jake, there's a stranger on the shore. He greets me warmly and asks how I'm enjoying the water. Feeling a bit unsure, I say it's fine. The stranger notices my nervousness and asks if I'm scared of him. Trying to stay calm, I assure him everything is fine, but he stays close. It's getting a bit weird. Feeling a bit uneasy, I decide to swim closer to the shore. But the man is walking toward me, and that makes me nervous. I look around and ask if he's following me. We start talking. The unease lingers. In an attempt to lighten the mood, I jokingly call him a bad boy. He notices a nearby car and asks if it's mine. Nervously, I inquire if he's seen my boyfriend. He wants me to swim closer, saying he can't hear well. Then, he asks for my name. I'm getting more uneasy, so I tell him my name, all the while keeping an eye on my clothes and the gun nearby. The stranger continues the conversation, asking why I'm not in school. I confess that I don't go. Cautiously, he wonders if he might make my boyfriend angry by looking at me. His eyes are fixed on me, and he mentions that this spot is known for being dangerous, with people drowning when they swim alone. Trying to hide my fear, I force a smile and say, I'll be fine, before swiftly swimming away from the stranger. It's a relief to put some distance between us. Feeling uneasy, the stranger compliments my hair. I thank him, but it's clear I'm getting tired. He suggests going back to the shore, but I choose to wait for Jake. He promises not to look as I get out of the water, but despite shivering from the chill, I decline. There's a moment of silence, and then the strange man suggests that he doesn't think Jake is coming. Alarmed, I change my plan, warning him that if he doesn't leave, Jake will give him a beating. The guy is nonchalant, doubting it. Then he drops a bomb, claiming Jake is already dead. I can't believe it and refuse to accept what he's saying. I shout for Jake, hoping for an answer. The stranger calmly tells me to leave the water since no one will hear me. Confused, I swim away from the shore. When I turn back, the man is gone. Exhausted and freezing, I decide to return to shore. I grab my clothes, but the gun is gone, making me even more shaky. I quickly get dressed and leave the lake, calling for Jake as I run through the forest. There's no answer. I hop into my car, tears rolling down my face, and zoom away super fast. I call Jake while driving, and out of nowhere, a hand sneaks up from the back seat toward my head. Then suddenly,